What kid doesn't love treasure hunting? Well, apparently I never grew out of that. And actually, I've been treasure hunting on trash days for a long time, most of my life. It probably started because my dad was military and people would move every 3 years and they'd just have to get rid of a lot of stuff. And so a lot of good things would get put in the trash. And I had a really hard time riding my bike past something that was perfectly good. But as I got older, I started finding bigger things to drag home. In fact, after we got married, my husband was a little bit worried whenever I would go anywhere on trash day because I might find something really cool that I could see potential in on the side of the road. So when you married me, you kind of knew what you were getting into, right? Yes, you did, because that one time, remember that wingback chair? And I said, pull over, I can recover that, right?
And I had no idea the scale.
I was doing it before you married me, so you knew. Well, as you may have seen in my 1-hour bench build, I'm still doing that. Hi, I'm Amy, this is Cody, and today I'm going to show you the most awesome thing I've ever found on the side of the road. And I found some really good things in my time.
How do you feel about picking up somebody else's trash that they put by the road for trash day?
This is another episode of Amy's Trash to Treasure. It's for our daughter's room, or I could sell it. What? We have to make over her room anyway. I'm saving money, okay? It's gonna be a good flip project. Shall we show them what we got? So this was on a date. My husband and I were driving by and I saw an antique chair out on the curb waiting for trash pickup, and I just had to jump out of the car. And my husband hesitantly pulled over and let me do this, but he wasn't too happy about it, as you can hear in the following comments. Okay, so we've got a little bit of damage here and a little bit broken off here, and this caster works good. And this one, it's interesting, it actually looks like it is horn. I'm not sure. So you can see that, like, from age, this upholstery, I don't know what you would call that, rotted, and that looks like it's pretty old. I'm gonna have to rip the yucky stuff off. I love it, so happy. So one of the dangers of watching minimalism shows while I'm folding laundry in the presence of my husband and he can hear it is that he's begun quoting it back to me as like an objection for me obtaining more projects. So what's your most recent objection about this chair project?
Mental load.
What about mental load? It's not your mental load.
Adding more things, add more mental load.
More things on my to-do list, you mean?
More anything.
Okay, but the thing about but the thing about mental load is that it drains you and depletes you, whereas a creative project energizes. So what say you?
Until it depletes you.
Until it depletes you. I don't envision it depleting me.
Well,
does it make you tired when I come up with more projects for me?
Turn right onto Aquahart Road.
well, on the cabinet and the bench. And
The cabinet, is that gonna hang over my head literally forever?
Well, that was a creative project.
I know. But it's been beneficial and we both agreed it was worth it, right?
Mental load.
You'll see how awesome it is and then you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I didn't believe it.
Okay. Until then.
Okay.
Mental load.
Until then. So I'm really excited about the vision I have for this thing back here. I see like maybe a velvety blanket to reupholster it with. And so I'm telling my husband, I'm telling him my vision and super excited. And what are you saying to me?
I find it amazing how these simple things turn into not simple things. The coffee cabinet.
Yes.
Was simple.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to put up on the wall, which you can see if you watch that video. I think it's gonna be good. Well, haven't you done projects since we've been married?
Like what?
Like your computer, your water-cooled computer.
Yeah, that didn't go too well.
We stained the rental floor. They were not happy. It was like blue liquid or something.
Well, haven't done much.
I'm excited. It was free, and it's gonna be better than that bench, I think, because, well, for one thing, it's vintage. So anyways, I'll let you see what it turns out to be, and he might be right that it's gonna turn into a pain of a project, but I think it's gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna do it. So I think what I'm gonna do, if I can clean this off, is just leave that so that they could see what the original, or at least near original, is, because who knows if it's been reupholstered already. I think it'll be good, so yay, fun stuff. Okay, maybe a little bit of broken, but isn't that so cool? It's so intricate. Oh, I love the flowers. This was a good idea. I want to check what's under it. Okay, upholstery thingy-dingies. I'm wondering if it's horsehair. I'd be really excited if it is, and I kind of see, yeah. All right, so this is just like a slide-in thingy. Pretty sweet. I think I see horsehair, which means that's the original stuff. Cool, it's like history. Even with some pretty substantial damage, it definitely still looks regal, don't you think? Now, I did a lot of research trying to figure out what time period this is. If you go online searching for pictures of antique armchairs, you're going to find labels like a Victorian lady's parlor chair, a Queen Anne's chair, and not to forget the gentleman, a Louis XV chair, or even a Louis XVI chair. I'll put links in the description box below of some of the amazing resources that I found in my research. If you're an expert and you know better than me, go ahead and write in the comments below. But I think it's a transitional piece between the Louis XV and XVI styles because it combines architectural details like from the neoclassical period with the older floral, softer features as well. Another clue are the casters. I think they're made out of horn, and the style of upholstery underneath. Now, I'm guessing that this has been reupholstered, but as the original stuffing with horsehair and hay. I think that is so cool. But because I did some digging, I'm gonna repair this really quick. I want to keep this with it hidden behind the new upholstery. Okay, so what you didn't see because the camera wasn't on, I discovered that on the back of it they had it marked off in little holes where they used to have buttons, so it looked something like this. So that's a pretty neat discovery, but what I'm going to cover this with, you wouldn't see that kind of a design anyways, so I'm not going to be putting those tufts back in. I actually sewed up that piece. I want to be able in the future to come back and do this justice to its historical time period, and the reason why I'm not going to go to the lengths, take the extra time and expense to restore it to its appropriate historic style is because as a minimalist, I'm not going to have things in my home just because they're cool, but right now my purpose is just to do a flip, kind of a cheeky one that combines old with new styles, and I definitely love the decorativeness of this, but I want it to work in my daughter's room makeover that I'm going to be doing soon. And what I'm trying to do right here, after I've taken off the trim just to reduce the bulk, is attach the back cushion. It has been reupholstered, but it's quite a bit of holes back here, so these kind of ripped out, and I'm going to try to attach this because I do want that back to stay there. I think it's really cool, this velvet blue, and it's pretty clean, so I don't need to mess with that myself. So I've got my little, I think it's a 5/8 upholstery gun to make sure that the back will stay up to be topped. You do not like the sound of that staple gun, do you?